Hello, best friends, and welcome to Module 4 of using the Flowbite Design System to recreate this UI. So far so good. We've made a lot of progress. You can see we've created the sidebar, the navbar. We've also created section 1, and now we want to go into section 2, which is this section here. For section 1, I think we forgot to remove this guy here. So section 1 does not have this here. So I'll just delete this. Right? Yeah. So this is for section 1. Now for section 2, as usual, let's analyze what do we need. We need the card section, that's the section container. We need this title, that's the section title. We need what the avatar. Then we need to create this. This is going to be a custom, but this we'll use the batch components, right? For this, and we need a text. We need a text. Then what else again? We need a chart. Then we also need this, right? So just a duplicate of the section title. Then we also need what this card list items, and we need a button, and we're done. So let's see if we can create this in minutes. So the first thing first, let's start from the top. So we need what this section title here. So first, I'm going to select this section 2, rename this to BG White or BG Primary, or whichever one that you're using. I think we're using BG Primary, right? This should be BG Primary. So BG Primary here, then set the corner radius to 24. So 24 here. Make sure flip content is turned on. Then add auto layouts. It's vertically aligned, right? Every content in it is vertically aligned. Yeah, you can see, right? Vertically aligned. So what I'm just going to do is I'll copy this section header and select this and paste it here, right? Then I could just move this. Let me just increase the size or set it to view container or whatever. We'll fix that later. But for now, we need what the space around it. So I think we have to stay consistent. So this should be 20 pixels. Theirs is 19, so it's 20 top. At the left and right 20. Then at the side here, I think that should be 24. So I have to make sure it's consistent. So for this card, we use 20 around it. So for this two, we use 20 around it. So select this 4 times 5, 20. Select this 4 times 5. Would also use 20. So we're done with that, right? So for the next section, we need this. So let's create this. To create this is very simple. First, you add your avatar component. So Shift I, avatar. So I'll be using this main avatar here. Control X. I think it's pasted somewhere else. Let me paste it here. Yes. So I'll increase it to the biggest one. So we don't have the biggest one here, right? So what you do is you have to resize this. So hit K, right? And you scale it up. Then I love to use a value that is divisible by 4, even if I'm trying to um, scale this up, right? So I can say I'll scroll down to, let's say, 128. Then this also scroll to 128. Yeah. So 128 by 128, and we're good to go. So I think ours is a little bit bigger. So let's go down to maybe this. Select this. So we have something similar to this. If you are not comfortable with this, right, you can just use the actual values. I'm just trying to apply the variables that we have. So you could just use the actual values. It's really no biggie. You can also detach. It's not a must that you must use all those values. So let's say plus 16, right? 16 is too much. Maybe 120 should do. Then this also should be 120. So let's see. Yeah, we are good to go. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw a circle around it too. So make sure it is aligned to the center. So I'll take this to the back, hold control and curly brackets, take it to the back, one layer, right? What else do we need again? So what I just like using values that are divisible by 4. So I'll check, is this divisible by 4? Yes. So 150 is divisible by, I think it's 5. I think it's not divisible by 4. So that's 37.5. So I'll just use um select this. I can apply variable. I'll look for 38. Apply variable. Search for 38, which is this, right? And I'll use this one. Okay, make sure it is aligned to the center. You can just select both of them, alternate V, alternate H, and we're good to go here. Okay, so for this, I think the appearance should be 100. Good. You can still increase it if you want to. It's not really, it's not really a problem here, right? You can increase it if you want to be exactly. But as I said, I love using values that are just divisible by that's divisible by 4, right? So just using whatever value that is divisible by 4 here. So I think this is 144. Let's try 40, maybe 40, right? So and see 40 is too big. Let's leave it with 38. So we are good to go. So this would be ours, right? Then what else do we need here? We select this. Want to convert this to what, to a stroke. So instead of you doing it normally, right? Like just maybe hitting Shift X to switch field to stroke, we won't do that. What we're gonna do is we're gonna click on this, right? Or let's duplicate this first. So for this guy, we'll get that stroke value, or delete this, select this. Let me delete this one. So we have this guy, right? Then I'll bring this inside here. So for the ratio, I can still come here and maybe type in a value if I want to. So maybe let's use 90% here. 90 is too much, so let's just keep increasing it. So maybe 98, right? Good. So I can select this, I can duplicate this. Now select the other one, convert it to a full circle, 100, right? Then the one at the top, I'll update the color to indigo, 500. So we have it at the top there, so you can see, right? And for this, we use our indigo, maybe indigo 50, or you can also use what the stroke, the border value that I've been using. So border strong, which is this. So we have it looking this way. Then what else again? We need what, the badge. So Shift I. So I'll search for badge. You could just use a normal text here because this is going to be exported as probably a container, right? But you want devs to be able to create everything themselves. So hide this, also hide this. So update this to one that has a color. Let's say brand. Then we have to now switch the colors, right? So Shift X to switch stroke to fill. And remove the stroke. Then this should be indigo 500. Then the text color should be text white. Then I can come here. We have 32%. Select 32%. Press enter. And it should be fully rounded. Let me make it to be large. Fully rounded here. So I'll come here and make sure it is fully rounded. And I can just place it wherever I want to. So maybe I think here is good. I want it to be aligned to this. So here is good, right? Then I can now highlight all of this, right? And hit Control Alternate H to wrap it around a container. Then Control R, rename it as Avatar Progress or Profile Progress, right? So Profile Progress. we're good to go. So if you want this to be exactly 32%, so you can come back here. There's this sweep here. If you want it to be 32%, I think what you can do is you can come here and type in 32% here, right? So you get 32%, but you have to now move it this way. You move it from here, right? So in case if you want it to be exactly 32 percent here. So I'll copy this, cut it, Control X, and come back here and paste it inside here. And make sure it is placed well. Then select this two, select this and this, Shift A, Control R, then section, then make sure it's aligned to the center. Then you can also check the space. So I think the space between them, you can use 12 pixels. Let's just use 12 pixels. There's really no need to start measuring it anymore. By looking at this right now, you can start knowing the space between each section. Okay, that's that. Then what else do we need? We need the good morning text. So good morning. Then let's skip there. Okay. Then let's skip there. Here you can see, but this is bold. So you can see apply your variables if you want to use your variables here. So medium, um, semi bold. You can also apply variable here. Um, font base. Now remember in the last video we published the design system here. So I think it's done publishing, right? You can see change save is okay, it's currently publishing, right? So we'll check this later. Yeah, you can see publishing library, it's loading, so we can still wait for that to publish. Okay, let's come back here. So when we publish it, we'll still come back here and come and fix it. Let's see, I think we have an update showing here. You can see, right? Updates, so we can publish here. And the whole of the text right now would update to Inter. Let's detach. You can see this is Inter before it was Roboto. So we have updated the whole text to Inter. So that's like the beauty of using variables and basically making use of a design system. You can just update all the a major components or a major star, right? And it updates in your design. So you can say continue your learning to achieve your target. Then as an exclamation mark there. Okay, to select this, this should be apply variable. So I will say text base. I think this is 12 pixels. So this, then the color. So I'll use text body sub 2. Then this should be regular, so normal. So you can see we have this here. So select this two, Shift A, text content. Then the space here, if you want to check, you can get the space here. So you can see that's 16 pixels. So I'll copy this, Control X, select this and paste it here. Then select this two, Shift A, this contents. I'm using Control R, right, to rename it quickly. Then set this to apply variable. That's 16, right? 4 times 4, 16. Good. So here we don't need this icon. We only need one. So I can delete one of them. Then select this one and update this to a more icon. So more. Then I can set the color to text body sub. Good. And I think we are good to go. If you are not okay with the spacing here, right, you can basically just add a space around the main container here. Okay, what else do we need here? This chart. Now, in the real sense, the Flowbite Design System doesn't come with the chart components for the free version, but there's a chart component on the paid or pro version. But let me show you how to also get the charts components for free if you don't want to create this yourself. So you can go to the Figma um, community here. Then you can search for charts, right? So you can see you have a lot of charts here. I think it is this one. either this or this, whichever one that you want. You can just select anyone. I think I like this one, so I can select this and I can open in Figma. Now you select what's the theme. So wait for that to duplicate. And you are good, right? So we have a chart here. So let's see if this gives us what we want. So I can select any of this. Or you can come here and go to charts components. You can see there are a lot of charts here that you can just quickly use. So I don't want to recreate the chart in this video. So I can just come here and say, let me use this line chart. None of this line chart, or let's use this line chart. So ours is a little bit different. So I'll copy this, Control C, and I'll come here. Or you can publish this too if you want. You can publish it so you can access it as an asset from your asset library. But I just copy and I can paste it here. So it's pasting, and you can see we have that here. So for these two, it is well set. So they have like all the components properties set. So I can hide some sections, hide the number. I can hide this. I can hide this. So you can basically hide everything. I think I only need the charts, so I can come here too and also hide this Control Shift H, right, to hide this. And here we go. We have our chart, and you can switch between different types of charts if you want to. So I think this is good. Control X, select this and paste it here. So that's our chart. Now the space between each of this section here, Control R, that's R on my keyboard to draw the rectangle, is 36. So that remember that every text always has what a line height. So that's around 24 pixels. So select this. So space between each section here, I'll set it to what, 24 pixels. 24. Then this should fill container, right? Then the background here is different. So we can come here and say this should be BG, let's say secondary. Then inside of it has a stroke. I'll remove that. I'll also remove this stroke. I'll select this here to remove the fill. Then we just want this guy here. Let's say secondary. Or you can use the indigo color. Right? You can use that if you want to. Then make sure you update the text to the text should be black. You can also update the overall colors that you're seeing here. So this, maybe you can say you want teal, and select teal. You can select this to, maybe you want indigo. You can maybe select the indigo, update that, and select this also. Maybe you want purple. So you have purple there. Then what else? We also have this. Okay, yeah, I think that's for the teal. So you can select teal too. What else again? Okay, we have these strokes there. So you can say border strong. That's for this stroke at the back there. Then what else again? I don't know what this is. Okay, it is for one of those. I think I can just remove this. It's not really necessary there. Um, it's really not necessary, so we are good to go. Then what do we need to do? Lastly, we need to round the corners. So uh, corner radius here is 24, and we're done with this, right? So you could either recreate it. It's easy to recreate this. It's not complex. These are just bunch of rectangles and text, and also some strokes. So that's that for the charts. You can get the chart size if you are trying to create this exactly. So get the chart size. So that's like around 170 something. So what I love to do is I'll just select this, right? Then apply variable here. Then look for a value that is closer to what I'm looking for. So this is 178, and I'll use that value. Then I think the space around it is good to go. Yeah, 24, 24, 24. And basically just apply 20 since we are using 20 for the space around. So 20, also 20, then top and bottom 20, then this also should be 20, and we're good to go. Now for the text too, you can go in, select the text, and also apply variable. I'm holding Control and Shift. Look at the shortcut keys here. So you can detach this and say, oh no, I want to apply my own variable here, which is font base. I want to make this to be my own variable here. So maybe medium. I want to apply variable here too. So maybe set this to SM, or you can use XS, right? So we are good with this. All right. For the next section, let's quickly do that too. Now, the whole of this section right now, this and this, I think they belong together. Okay, they don't. Yeah, this is one section, this is another section. So I'll Control D and break this down. Then this is statistics. This is your mentor. So I'll come here, statistic. Then this is going to be your mentors, right? So we need this guy right now. So this is a card component. So we need a list card component. So you can even just come here and copy this because it's similar structure. So I can now paste it here. So select this, paste it here. Then I'll delete this one. So select this here, Control D. How many do we need? We need three. But first, let's create the structure that we need. So for this, we need an avatar. So we can come here, or let's basically reset the instance. So we work from scratch. Or there's really no need because we've done all the spacing settings. This is an avatar. So we can come here and say we want to update this to an avatar. Make sure it's from the Flowbite Design System here. Select this here. And what else? We want the text here to be bigger than this one here, right? So we'll just switch them. So for this, Control Alternate C, paste it here, then select this, update this to normal, then update this to 12. And I think we're done. Yeah, you can still update this a little bit to maybe 14. Then this should be a button. So I select this, come here, and set it to a button. So it should come from the Flowbite Design System here. Set this to a button. All right, then we need to update this button. So for the button, we hide show the text, hide the left icon, hide this too, then update this to follow. All right, then I think we need a ghost button. So this is the one we need, or maybe we need a tertiary button. Yeah, we can also check the secondary variant. So I think we need that one. We'll still update the color to suit our own need. Um, so the button has what's a left icon. So zoom in, left icon, update the left icon to user add. I think that's the icon here. So search from huge icon. So this one, I'll use that one. And then we need to update this and this. So select both of them, use indigo, select this to indigo 500. That's our own primary color, right? In our own case. And for this two, should be fully rounded here. So you can come here, set this to fully rounded. Then the stroke value should be base strong, and it doesn't have a fill. Does it have a fill? No, it doesn't have a fill. So you can see. Then what else is needed? Um, for this, I think the size we need here is 2XL, but it should be hog. Okay, there's no There's no way we can convert this to box. So I think this is good in our case. You can still detach and recreate it if you want, or you can go and update it from the main design system if you want to. Um, I think what else do we need? I think we are pretty much done with this. We only need our stroke here. That's our divider line, right? So we already have the divider line there. So let me duplicate this two times. Control D, Control D. Then I can select this, select this, select this, wrap this inside the container. Shift A, Control R to rename lists group. Then I also go to assets panel here. Then go back to this, go back to my own, then bring in the divider line and place it here. Then I'll change this to what, to horizontal. Then this should what, be fill container. Then Control D, take this down. Control D, take this down. Maybe I can duplicate this few times too. So we have that there. So what next? Looking at this, let's review again. So you can see we need a button here, and um, yeah, I think we need a button. So I'm gonna select this. I'll just select this container itself. That's this section, sorry, and hit Shift I and type button. So we need a button here. So the button is similar size with this. So I'll select SM. I'll change it to the secondary variant so that we can have this light background here. Now for the background, I'm going to add the indigo 50. Then for the text color, I'll use indigo 700. Then I'm going to remove the stroke. That's the stroke here. I'm going to remove that. Then also hide this left and right icon. So left and right. Then change this to C all. And I'll set this to fill container. And I think we are done with that. So looking at this section right now, you can see this section is wrapped inside a container. So which means this list group and the button itself, they're wrapped inside one container. And let's check the padding. So we can just do that immediately. Now look at this. You can see we have this here. That's 12 pixels. Here we have, I think, 24 pixels. So you can see it's even consistent across all board. Um, let's select this and this list group and the button, and hit Shift A, right, to wrap it inside an auto layout container. Control R to rename. I'll rename this as contents. Then this contents container right now, it has a padding of 12 pixels on the left and right, and it has a padding of 24, right? That's 6 times 4 on the top and bottom. And what else again? It also has a border radius of 24 too. So let's keep that consistent. 24. Then for the fill, we're going to use our background fill. So that's tertiary, PG tertiary. So that's that. Now you can see these list items, they don't have um a background. So I'm going to remove the background there. Scroll down and remove the background here. Yeah, I think we're almost done. What's remaining? Let's check. We're almost there. Yeah, I think we're good. We are done with this. So you can make this better. Let's click on this, take this up, and we are done with this UI using the Flowbite Design System. Let's review to be sure that we are done. Okay, we have this icon here to fix. Let's update that too. So this button here, I'm gonna change it to add. So remember, I'm using the huge icon pack. So it's taking long to load. Probably it's network or something, but we are good. Um, yeah, add. Okay, then it now have a stroke. So I'll add a stroke to this button. That's, let's say text, let's say tertiary BG for the stroke. Then the icon color, I'll use that indigo 700. Good. I think, is this 700 too? It is 500. So I'll make all of this buttons 700 indigo. Holding shifts and click and click. Then I'll go to selection colors. Click on this here. Then change this to 700. Okay, good. So I think we are done with this UI. So the best thing here is we can switch this to dark mode. Let's try and see if it works. So I'm going to hold alternate and shift to duplicate this, right? So let's see if we can quickly swap this to dark mode and basically refine. So we'll go to appearance here. Then we'll go to themes under the Flowbite Design System. We'll change this to dark mode. Now you can see that this is very, very good in my opinion. You can do some other refinements like text. I think these texts, we did not update them. Probably that's why we're getting that value there. You can still go in here, maybe select this, select this, select this, and change the text to text um, body. Yeah. Then these two, holding shift and control, select this, then heading, text heading. This is it. So you can see. So I think that's where we made the mistake. I think we can also update this one here to select this, select this, select this. So make sure the color itself is under the theme section of that Flowbite. So that's why I'm using text body for this. Then I'll hit tab, select the sibling, then click on this text heading, right? And I think we are done. So you can see how fast it is for us to create a dark mode quickly. Okay, we have some other text that are not looking good, like this one. So this one is even not part of our design system. So text heading here. Also select this, change this to text body, right? So we can do the same thing here. This should be text body. And hit tab. This should be text heading. And we are done, right? So you can see this is very, very sweet and simple. Everything, every other thing is looking very good in my own opinion. Okay, we have this text here, this button color. So I think we can change that to text white, right? Yeah, for this we can have text white. You could even leave it as at that, right? So it's basically based off your own discretion. All right. Hope you learned a thing or two. Let me know what you learned in the comments, and you can share your Figma file link with me via my email, or if you're in the community, you can just drop a screenshot of what you've done. I'll see you in the next one, and I remain your favorite product designer. Keep doing more for yourself. Bye, guys.